How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Getting Jiggly With It. Today we're opening the box that you guys voted on for us to play on Saturday night, and that is Aftermath, which you can't see that it says Aftermath, but trust me, it says Aftermath up here. I had the camera higher, but then it was kind of covering me, so I moved it down, but I digress. So what this is a different type of game. This is what they're calling an adventure book game. It was created by Jerry Hawthorne, and it was published by Plaid Games. Me and Audrey saw this in our local card shop, local game shop, and we were like, this is just so cute. Like, the art is so beautiful. Like, honestly, see how I have that framed? Like, that's beautiful. If we could have that as a piece of art, we would. But there we go. So here is the box. So the basis of this game, there's a little salamander, guys, is that it is an apocalyptic world, and it is the aftermath, right? So there's one of the bad rat guys, and then I think that's maybe one of the other heroes. I saw a little bit, I did watch online, so I could give you guys a little bit of an overview of this game, and that is mainly because, I guess before we do this, we should look on the back, and that's because you don't want many spoilers. So I haven't actually opened this game. We haven't pre-played this game like we normally do when I do my openings. But there you go, you can see some of the components here. Ages 14 plus, 2 to 4 players, 60 to 120 minutes. The Fantasy Flight supply code, that's so you can go get sleeves for it. There is the list of contents that we're going to go through. So there we go. Adventure at every turn is what they say. So it is a post-apocalyptic world. Not to give away too much of the story, but we are a bunch of small animals, and in this case I guess we're all rodents trying to survive in this harsh new environment, right? We'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing is a read me first. So before you start playing, you want to do these things. So you want to create your deck box, and then there is a set of cards that you'll need to put in there, and you don't want to shuffle them. So when we get to those cards, I probably won't open them so I don't accidentally put them in the wrong order. You correct a banished box, supply box, a couple other things, and then it says punch out all your punch outs, and then it says you got a bunch of baggies for all of your tokens. So that's nice. They're going to give you baggies. Not all games give you baggie. So here is the rule book, and it says stop. We can go online and learn how to play, but of course our first playthrough is going to be how we learn to play. But yeah, this box is huge. It's making it very difficult to get things in the camera. I might just raise the camera back up. There we go. So tokens. So these are actually cardboard. They're not plastic. I don't know if when this was on Kickstarter, maybe those were plastic tokens. But of course, this is not a Kickstarter edition. So there are boxes, more of the stuff that we have to set up. This is an example of one of the pages, one of the locations we'll have to go to. So talk about threat, grouping, melee actions, and then expanding the game. So it says down here, I remember I read the whole rule book, I read the PDF version, that they are looking at expanding the game. I don't know when they're going to expand the game. I don't think this game is that old, and now I can't look on the bottom of the box, but I don't think it's that old. I think it's maybe 2019. So it's very possible we could see more expansions of this game in the future. With the state the world was in last year, they'd probably put that on the back burner. So this is your location map. So this is how you know where you're going in the storybook based on the location that you go into. So of course you start in Abigail Lane, and then you can choose where you want to go on this map. So I don't know if you have to go like vertical, horizontal. I don't know if you can go angles. Like, I'm not really sure how that path works, or if you can just be like, I want to go here. I guess I'll have to reread the instructions because I don't quite remember that. So this is the adventure book. Let me just move this over for a minute. I'll bring it back. That's what we'll do. There we go. That's plenty of room without the huge box there. That box does weigh quite a bit. That was when we were in the game store. We kept lifting different boxes, and that was like, wow, this is a heavy box. This is a heavy box. But this is the adventure book. I'm not going to go through it because, of course, we don't want to ruin any of the story for you guys. But this is the story, so we're going to read that when we play it. Talks about the start, and then here is example again of one of the maps, and you have different segments that you can go into, and based on whether it's a dotted line or a green line or a double line, which I don't see any double lines on this one. Like this, you can't go past at all. That's a double white line you can't go past. It changes the amount of movement actions that are required to do that. So this is the book. So this is a very big book, and this is going to be your basically your play maps. So I've never played a board game on top of a book, but that's what we're going to do here. The next thing is the trackers. So we have a dashboard here. So the game is kind of tracked in a couple different ways. So there's time. You have so much time to complete your mission. There's clues that can help you in your mission. Scrap that you'll collect to be able to get weapons. Food, which you'll need when you take a rest action so you can heal yourself. Population, of course, is the population of your colony. If it ever gets to 0, game over. And then morale, which I believe would have a similar effect. You don't want your morale to get too low because bad things will happen. These are the dials for it. There's like a little car here of some sort. I don't know what that does. The one playthrough I've seen, they didn't get that far into it. Here is what is a tracker for a group task where we will have to play cards together to be able to complete it. We find a broken item, we can use our scrap to repair it. And then the hunt is basically where if you don't defeat somebody later, you'll have to actually hunt them down, or it'll be a card that'll tell you to hunt them down. These are all your tokens. We have some little battery tokens, some fishing line. These are cockroaches. So that's one of the things they say you can do is go to, what is it? Mice and Mystics. I guess there's some cockroach tokens, or maybe character minis. And you can replace these with those. Fire, targeting, poison markers, although these are radiation health trackers. Like there's two types of health trackers. One is this one, which you have to get rid of first to then flip it over to be the regular mode. So here are your scraps and your investigation items. So you got scraps, energy, broken tool, repaired tool. What else we got? Milk carton, which can be used for transportation. I think these are the same thing. I think you can use them for transportation. Water bottle. Another game I think it's called Good Feather maybe, or something Feather. By the same, Plaid Hat Games, you can actually replace this token as well with something in that game. So some onion snoodles. We all want some onion snoodles. A couple more vehicles. I'm guessing these are just different vehicles you can get, and they're just tokens. And then the area you're in can either be safe or hazardous. So that's what that little token is going to do. So you do get boxes, so that's nice. The reason you get boxes is this is a ongoing campaign game, so you want to be able to store the things in your box. So they called the boxes by name, but they didn't really explain what these boxes are. There is maybe the villain box. Maybe this is the discard destroy box. There is one of our characters. This is the one that's on the box cover. I don't know if she's the leader or he's the leader. I don't know if they're boys or girls yet, right? We have to get their cards. And there is another one with a hobby knife. That's kind of cute. This one looks like navigation stuff. I don't know what box that is. There is another one. He's got a gun. And the final one. Now this one I remember. This is a girl. She's a gerbil, I think. I think that was a hamster, and this is a gerbil. I do remember the playthrough. This one was an actual girl. I was thinking it was a boy, but nope, it's a girl. So the next thing we have are our cards. So yeah, these kind of have things written on them, so I don't really want to open these up just because. But these ones right here. So it says Team Focus, Class, Sharpie, Starting. Use before rolling any resolution die for a skill test. Reduce the difficulty of that skill test for 1. So we'll see the die in a minute. There's dice that you have to roll to be able to accomplish a task, and you add that with some of the elements on your character and some of the weapons. So these look like maybe skill cards and weapon cards. So we keep that as a secret. I don't want to spoil the secret of that. And then this is the second set of cards. So looks like this is our armor. our armor card. So here's something, is a shampoo cap. So it's the top of a shampoo bottle. Once per mission, break this item to automatically defend against an attack. And then it costs 2 to repair that. And you can see while you're wearing it though, you still do get 1 additional defense even if you don't break it. So those are our item cards. And the next deck, now these I thought were so cool when I watched them, when I saw somebody else with them. So they're like playing cards on the back. And hopefully this deck is just all the playing cards when I flip it over. But they're like deck of cards, like ace of spades, you know, stuff like that. No, this one is not. So it is 2 different ones. So here's your main mission. So Patch puts a paw on Messiah's shoulder. So basically we would read these mission cards when we are told to in the story. I really want to show you guys the cards. I don't want to get these out of order just in case they're important, but let me see if I can get into this. I've got these fancy smancy peely things, but I can't get my finger under it. There we go. I lost my fingernail. If you saw my video of me and Adri building the Mega Constructs Eevee, we did that on live stream, kind of like a little Q&A that we did while we were building that. But yeah, when we did that, I had to get a piece apart, and when I did that, I broke a nail. So yeah, so these are all the same. So these are all like world cards, mission cards. Okay, we'll keep these like that. I just wanted to show you guys some of the playing cards, which is good I did because the actual character cards look like they were in there as well. Okay, so the first one is Messiah. So that's the one that's on the box art. Sharpie, mouse. So it starts with a Sharpie. Team focus. Starting item is a toothpick crossbow, even though there's no toothpick card. There's toothpicks. Maybe I guess this is a crossbow. Okay. Goal: have mission 11 in your banished deck. So okay, that does sound like that's that one with the red X on it. And 2 more alliance cards in your colony. So it has 2 action and 1. I don't know if this always reminds me of agility, and this is like maybe intelligence to be able to do things. And then we have the second one is Grumple. So Grumple is big and is a guinea pig. Has the ability to throw. Has a steak knife. Okay, so steak knife. The goal is Grumple wants a garden. So it has 2 strength and 2 defense. I'm not sure where everybody else is because that was only 2 of the characters. But here we go. This is what I was talking about. So these are wild, but here you go. So these are character cards. So they get these special cards in their deck. And then here are the regular action and defense cards. So they're little mice. That's what I said. They're just so cute. There's the king. So basically 1 is your jack. There you go. There's the different colors. And then 2 is the queen. And then 3 is the king. Oh, and even all the kings are all different too. So even, oh, they're not all mice. Okay. So it's just different things, gerbils and things like that. All right. Here we go. And then these are the bad guy cards. So these are what causes calamities and threats on the board. And the more there are, the more dangerous and so forth. I really don't know what happened to my other 2 characters. They weren't in the middle there. Did I miss them? Oh, maybe they're in a different pack. Okay. So how did I pull these out? Oh, I forgot. I forgot already. All right, so we'll put them like that. Put them like that. And so our next one, okay, yeah, so they're in here. So let's go ahead and open this one. I'm breaking my rule. I said I wasn't going to open any of these packs because I don't want to get them out of order. And then watch, I'm going to get them all out of order. I'm not going to know how to put them back in order. I don't know if they have something online that that'll help you put them back in order. I don't know. Let go. Static electricity during the winter. Okay. So this is the next ones. We have Ringer. He's a Nose-It. Hamster. 4. Ability is Finder. Starting item is 1 shot. Goal: build a workshop. Acquire a toy truck. So he wants a workshop and he wants to acquire a toy truck. Or I say he. Might be he, might be she. Looks like 2 intelligence and 1 agility. And then Whisper, for the quiet mouse. 4. Odd One is how it's described. It's a mouse. Tumbling, chopsticks. The goal is to build a Minder's hut and have a population of 20. So 2 defense, 2 action. So it looks like 2 of them are more thinky, doey type characters, and then 2 of them are more of your attack and defense. Crawling threat, so this talks about setup, so I don't think we want to look through these. Yeah, see, this is your threat deck, so I don't think we want to touch those. We're going to go ahead and leave these out so we can see the characters, because maybe something will be related to them. So let's go ahead and put that up there. We don't want to get that out of order. And we have another deck. So it says Alliance, a scar cross on behalf of the free keepers of Bootstraps. You hereby agree to cease all combativeness towards the good furs of Abigail Lane in exchange for trade and safe harbor. So it looks like you'll be able to make alliances. So I'm guessing these are story-related cards. So again, see, here's the ones that said do not get them out of order. So I kind of ruined the bottom. Kind of bad they put that one as the bottom when it is the bottom. But yeah, so here are your special cards. And then, okay, so that's all the cards. With the miscellaneous items, we'll always do the figures last, because that's the fun part. So here are the dice. So you have a white die, which is your good guys, and black die, which is your bad guys. When you're doing your normal actions and investigations, you just use the white. When you're attacking, you have to use the black, because of course the bad guys are defending, right? They're defending against you. These are pegs for the dials. These are standees for the standees. And then here are the bags. So they did give you a bunch of bags, I guess a bunch of different sizes. We actually went to Hobby Lobby and just grabbed a bunch of bags, because there's so many games where they don't give you any type of storage. They're like, here, just throw it all back in the box. Nobody wants to do that. All right, so let's get into these minis. Now, I did kind of skim through the box just to get an idea before I unboxed it. These actually, I was surprised. They actually have a wash on them. So I don't know how well these are going to paint. Me and Audrey are going to paint them. But yeah, I'm curious if a primer will go right over top of this or not. I was not aware that they were washed. I guess they do that because if you get the game and you open it up and you want to start playing right away, you know, you wouldn't know who to paint, what to paint. I think this is the big bad guy, or one of them, big rat guy. And then this is the big bad guy. It's kind of heavy, and it is a cat. Of course, the story will tell us more about this character. I think it's a girl. I do think it's a girl cat. So there is the cat. It's got its fur all matted. We are in Apocalypse. You have matted fur in the Apocalypse. And then we have, what else we got? So one other thing that's nice I saw about this is the bases of the bad guys, right, are all different shapes. So this one, you know, is a pentagon, right? And then lots of detail. Look at me. Stop focusing behind. But yeah, it's a lot. There we go. Holy cow. It doesn't want to focus when I bring it too close for you guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, lots of detail. All these little spikes. There's one bag. I guess he's part of this little rat crew over here. And then here's another one. He's got his little weapons going on. Does he look the same? Are they the same? Okay, so they do look the same. So we'll paint them a little bit different to make them different. Just the bases different. But that's good to know. They're all the same. There we go. So here is one of our heroes, I think. No, this might be another bad guy because it's got a square base. And yeah, so there's a scorpion, so that's a bad guy. And then, there we go. This might be one of our heroes. Get around it. I don't know. It doesn't say. I don't know if it's a hero or not. It doesn't match. I guess it matches Messiah. Because it's got the little goggles and it's supposed to have a crossbow, right? Guess we'll see. And we have here, these are the salamander guys. Alright, so that's a big dude. So I guess some of the rats are different. So this rat has a wrench instead. And then there's another scorpion. Scorpions. What else we got? We got a bunch more left in here. Wow. A lot of minis. Alright, so there's another salamander guy. Alright, so yeah, there we go. There's Grumple. Big old kitchen knife. But yeah, like, I'll focus him back there. Yeah, look at that. That's just so much detail. These are awesome looking. We're gonna have so much fun painting these. We've not painted. Nope. So this must be a bad guy because here we got two of them now. So these are little mice bad guys. There we go. There's Messiah. So they look just like their picture. I mean, completely look like their picture. All little dots and stuff. That's awesome. All right, Messiah. Another scorpion. Get back there, scorpions. What else we got? I got another guy with a wrench. Two guys with the wrench. You go over there with the other guy with the wrench. So another, wow. This guy looks rough. Oh, he's got some kind of like needle finger things going on. He's like all Wolverine-like. But yeah, there we go. Nasty looking rat there. Alright, and then, so okay, so the different salamander dude with this salamander with the daggers. And then another one of the little mice. Where do these little mice go? Where'd that go? Oh, okay. Looks like there's two maybe of each type, except for the scorpions are all kind of the same. I don't think they had a different style. Oh, there's a little piece of plastic in here, which means I think we're going to have to do a little bit of repair. Somebody lost a piece of their bow and arrow, it looks like. I'll have to figure out which one that goes onto. Alright, so there we go. This is, okay, so that's Whisper. It's got little leaves going on. Oh, look, a little safety pin. That's so cool. That's Whisper. And that was another salamander. Then, okay, so here we go. This is Ringer. Ringer with his gun. Yeah, they kind of gave him like a little beard, so you can tell this one's a guy. Most of the time you don't know it. I think you learn what they all are because they say he and she in the book. I guess they could be whatever you want them to be. I mean, you know, they really are kind of sexless in the way that they made them. But yeah, I don't know where this little bow and arrow piece goes in. Probably one of these crossbow. Yeah, here we go. It's one little crossbow guy. We're going to have to glue that back on, fix him up. Put that on him so I don't lose him. But yeah, that is everything for the game. So there's quite a bit to go through. This is a once and done game. So once you play through the story, you're kind of done. I mean, if they add extra expansions, they say they're going to add more map tiles and stuff like that. If maybe you beat the game, you don't make it through every single zone, so maybe you could mark off certain sections so you could play those as well. We'll have to see. Now, it is a 4-player game. It is recommended that you play 4 players. In the rules, it says if you're playing 2 players, each player should control 2 characters. So, of course, that's where we're going to play it. Anytime we do a dungeon crawler where you're leveling up or advancing, I think me and Audrey are always going to play it where each of us controls 2 characters, unless it gets too difficult. And that's just so that way if somebody else does come in and play the game, those characters are leveled up and they've got the cards and abilities. This game specifically tells you to do that for that exact reason. But there you go, guys. That is everything that comes in Aftermath, the game. We'll be playing this on Saturday at 8 p.m. So if you want to watch this video, or watch, you're going to be watching this video now, but if you want to watch that live stream, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you comment down below with which one of these figures you thought was your favorite. Until next time, guys. Peace.